World War I began in the summer of 1914, triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, but its deeper causes had been building for decades. Europe was divided by rival alliances, rising nationalism, imperial competition, and an arms race driven by industrial power. When diplomacy failed, a regional crisis escalated into a global war that drew in more than 30 nations and reshaped the modern world. What many believed would be a short conflict instead became a prolonged, devastating struggle, defined by new forms of warfare and unprecedented loss of life. The war was fought on multiple fronts, but nowhere was it more brutal than along the Western Front, where opposing armies faced each other from networks of trenches stretching across France and Belgium. Machine guns, heavy artillery, poison gas, submarines, and aircraft made the battlefield deadlier than ever before, while military strategy failed to keep pace with these innovations. Soldiers endured months in muddy trenches under constant threat, leading to stalemates where vast numbers of lives were lost for minimal territorial gains. On the Eastern Front, in the Balkans, the Middle East, and across Africa and Asia, empires clashed as the war spread far beyond Europe. As the conflict dragged on, entire societies were mobilized for war. Factories were converted to produce weapons, economies were reshaped, and civilian populations faced shortages, bombardment, and propaganda. In 1917, the war reached a turning point. Russia, weakened by military losses and internal unrest, withdrew after a revolution toppled the Tsar and eventually brought the Bolsheviks to power. That same year, the United States entered the war, responding to German submarine attacks and the promise of supporting democratic nations. Fresh American troops and resources shifted the balance on the Western Front, helping to break the stalemate. In November 1918, after 4 years of fighting, Germany sought an armistice, bringing the war to an end. The cost was staggering. Around 16 million people were killed, both soldiers and civilians, and entire regions lay in ruins. The peace that followed, formalized by the Treaty of Versailles, redrew national borders and imposed harsh penalties on Germany. New nations emerged, old empires collapsed, and unresolved tensions were left behind. World War I fundamentally altered global politics, accelerated social change, and introduced a scale of destruction the world had never seen before. Its consequences shaped the 20th century and set the stage for future conflicts, earning its place as the war that changed the world forever.